Hello and welcome to Thursday. Now, what was it? Yesterday was pretty calm, but one thing I ended up doing yesterday that I kind of just neglected to talk about was I finished watching a show. Uh, I don't know when I started watching this show. I could probably look it up actually. It was definitely a couple months ago, and I think I might have mentioned it here, but typically when I am on the elliptical, I'll have something on in the background. Previously, it was 30 Rock, and now yeah, wow, was the last thing 30 Rock? Um, it might have been. So the last thing I probably watched would have been 30 Rock, and I am not prepared for this, so I'm taking my sweet, sweet time. Uh, yeah, and I cannot for the life of me remember when I finished watching 30 Rock. It might have been a couple months ago. Um, Either way, okay, yeah, this is probably not accurate. I wanted to watch something else, and I'm a fan of watching some garbage cartoons or garbage television. I'm not so sure if I mentioned this already, but my I've been watching like two other shows alongside this one. Oh god, I think when I finished 30 Rock, I just started watching this show. So I started watching Castle with Nathan Fillion, and that is a fun, terrible, good crime drama. Uh, I've talked about watching Sailor Moon, but the big one would be Xiaolin Showdown. That was the show that I just finished. It was a kids cartoon that really aired from, oh god, I think it finished airing in 2007. Wikipedia says 2003 to 2006. It only had 3 seasons and 52 episodes, so rather quick. If I really put my mind to it, I could watch like um, 5 episodes in a workout session, and it was a fine show, right? As a kid, I remember my brother and I really liking it, and I figured, hey, why not revisit it? It seems like it'd be a quick watch, and it was. Um, Again, it took only a few days, realistically. 10 days, 11 days. If I really put my mind to it, I would have finished watching the entire show, and it was fun. For those who don't know, I swear this was on, what do you call it? It says Kids WB, which is owned by CW, but I swear it was on a Fox channel or network. Either way, uh, this show is a. We saw it on Cartoon Network a lot, and it was just something that was on. Oh, I finished Code Lyoko, right? That was it? I think that might have been it. I was watching that. So from Code Lyoko to this. And I do not remember when we finished watching Code Lyoko. But, yeah, this is a show that my brother and I really used to love, and like we caught it. I think we had like there's like a weird trading card game, uh, but we had it on just because it was something to watch. Right? We weren't really Disney kids. We were more Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon kids, and just having this on as background noise was just something that we enjoyed. It is a show about four kids who are chosen to be the next, I guess, Shaolin warriors. They live in a world where just magic is commonplace, and nobody bats an eye at like a dragon that changes size, or uh, magical ghost woman, or just having people obtain magical divine weapons that have mystical powers. Uh, every episode it's kind of like a monster of the day kind of thing, where they find this new mystical object that has incredible powers that allows them to do who knows what. And it's just classic show about, hey, this kid can do this, this, and this with whatever power. It's, there's a bunch of like, oh, it's this life lesson, this learning thing, and it's fun. It's great. The whole show revolves around these mystical objects, and if two people grab them at the same time, you enter a Xiaolin Showdown, which is just an excuse for them to just make up a huge arena, and it's a way for like two people to wager one of their divine weapons called Shengang Wu, and from there they just, what do you call it? They have this little battle that's whatever weird stipulation that they come up with. Sometimes it's something as simple as reach the top of the mountain first, to a game of ice hockey or something similar like that, right? It's really runs the gamut. There's like basketball games, there's some wild stuff, and I don't know why they don't skew it in somebody's favor incredibly well if they're thinking of a challenge, but hey, it's, again, children's cartoon, don't think too much about it. It's a fine, fun show. I really, it does hold up. I know there's a sequel called, what is it, Xiaolin Chronicles, I think? Yeah. There's a sequel called Xiaolin Chronicles that aired in 2013, and finished airing in 2015. And I do not think it is a great show. Is there a Wikipedia thing for... No. Yeah, I watched the first episode of that, and it's more of the same but very different. I think all the voice actors are... Let me actually check. Yeah, almost all the voice actors are different, which is not great. And then they rename a bunch of stuff, and like a lot of things are just slightly off, which makes it feel like somebody took the initial show and was like, hey, just make it a little different, don't copy it verbatim, despite it being owned by the same person. I don't know, it's just, I don't think it's great. I might watch it. I probably won't though, because it just feels bad. I think I talked about this with Kolyoko, where the initial anime is just like a terrible French animation that somehow got localized in English, and then they made a live action continuation of the show, and it's just bad. There's no need to watch it. Like, you watch one episode and then you're like, okay, I understand. It's not good. Let's stop watching. Let's move on to something else. That's definitely what the case is here, because this is not a good show. Xiaolin Showdown is fine. Xiaolin Chronicles, but yeah, it's a fine show. Again, it was a very quick watch. I need some other terrible children's cartoon that I grew up with to just binge watch while I'm running for who knows how long. I thought about something like Ed and Eddie, because that seems like it'd be very funny, and just something that my brother and I used to love, and same with my cousins. We'll get there, but we'll see what life brings us to. Who knows what's next on the watch list. I'll continue watching Castle, and I've neglected to watch Sailor Moon for a few weeks now, so I probably should just take a watch on that, but we'll see. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna call it for today, so thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.